Several political analysts and insiders of both the President William Samoei Ruto and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga have, have shared information that the two leaders have already entered into a political agreement, and that now it's just a matter of time before they can formally let the information out to the public. 2 weeks ago, President William Ruto was in a tour of the coast. The two leaders had a meeting in Mombasa, and insiders say that the two leaders agreed to have a working relation. But now they know that most of Kenyans are not pro handshake, so they have delayed the announcement of the information to the public, especially to their supporters, who have so much against the handshake between the two leaders. For example, it should be noted that President William Ruto has insisted that no, there'll be no handshake between me and Raila Odinga. There'll be no sharing of government between me and Raila Odinga. But in reality, the two leaders have already agreed. So they're just softening the ground so that they can now release the information to the public. A week ago, they set up a team of 5 members, each from both the Azimio coalition and the Kenya Kwanza coalition. The Azimio team is led by former Vice President Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. The minority leaders included, that is Opiyo and I. Also, we have Amina Mnyanzi. And these leaders are close allies of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. The Kenya Kwanza team is led by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and other leaders from the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. So, a few days ago, they met for the first time at the Bomas of Kenya, whereby they agreed on what was going to be on the discussion table. The Azimio team has insisted that the cost of living must be the first agenda, because as we know, the main issue with the Maandamano was to ensure that the high cost of living comes down. The cost of food like unga comes down. The cost of electricity comes down. The cost of water comes down. So Azimio coalition has been urging the government that our people are complaining, life has become unbearable. The only way we can continue as a country is for the government to bring down the cost of living. And also to remember that the Kenya Kwanza government passed the Finance Act, which has been very controversial. The Finance Act is going to see increased taxation. So that means that employees are going to have more reductions in their salaries, and also more taxes, that is the value added tax, VAT, is going to be increased on most items. And this will bring the cost of many items, the prices of many items will go up. So this has been a thorny issue for the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. But President William Ruto has insisted that no, as a government, they know how best to handle the economy and they will not be discussing that. Instead, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance has insisted that for them, they will be discussing about the creation of the office of the official opposition leader. Also, they will also be discussing about entrenching the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, currently being held by Musalia Mudavadi, into the Constitution. And also, they have agreed about the Constitution of the IEBC. Yes. And also, Azimio has also brought up the issue about interference in constituent political parties in the Azimio coalition. Now, several leaders in the Azimio coalition, some from Jubilee and a few from ODM, have decamped to the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. We even have the former Jubilee leaders like Sabina Chege, they have decamped, they have joined the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, while leaders from ODM like Jalango have also started working in partnership with President William Ruto.